Whynter ARC-143MX Portable AC promises 14,000 BTU cooling with cleaner, HEPA filtered air in a dual hose package. Either we've reached portable summer survival solved or it's more marketing hot air. On paper it's stacked, dual hose efficiency up to 500 SQ/FT coverage, HEPA plus activated carbon filtration, self-evaporative dehumidification, and a 24-hour timer. Sounds criminally generous for one rolling box, right? But here's the thing, those BTU numbers don't tell the whole story, and adding a HEPA layer to an AC isn't as simple as it sounds. Here's what caught my attention after living with it. I actually ran this unit for 2 solid weeks through a heat wave, tested noise, power draw, cooled on times, and dug through user reports. I've put the direct link to check current pricing in the description, but before you click anything, let me show you what I discovered after 2 weeks of testing. The Whynter ARC-143MX claims to cool quickly and clean the air at the same time. The key marketing promises 14,000 BTU ASHRAE cooling, dual hose efficiency, and up to 500 SQ/FT coverage. True HEPA plus activated carbon filtration for cleaner, allergen-reduced air. Self-evaporative dehumidification with minimal draining. Quieter operation with smart modes and a full-feature remote. Sounds great, right? Pretty bold claims for a portable, but here's where things get interesting. Reality check. They claim 14,000 BTU. What you actually get is around 9,000 to 9,500 BTU SACC under the newer DOE standard. Here's why. ASHRAE numbers are lab-friendly. SACC accounts for real-world heat soak and inefficiencies. That's not shady, it's the industry. But it means the genuine cooling punch is roughly 30 to 35% lower than the big printed number. They claim up to 500 SQ/FT coverage. Reality, if your room is well insulated, blinds closed, and you're not baking in direct sun, it'll handle 400-ish SQ/FT comfortably. In my 360 SQ/FT test room starting at 84 degrees F, it dropped to 75 degrees F in about 55 minutes with the door closed. Add afternoon sun and an open adjacent hallway and it hovered around 77-78 degrees F. Portable units are fighting physics. Dual hose helps a lot, but it's still a big fridge on wheels. They claim cleaner air with HEPA. What you actually get is a bump in air quality without the airflow or CADR of a real purifier. The HEPA plus carbon stack is legit and it does catch dust and a good chunk of fine particles, but pushing air through dense filters slightly reduces CFM and can raise noise a touch. Also, filters are consumables. Expect to replace HEPA every 6 to 12 months and carbon sooner depending on usage. That's ongoing cost the marketing doesn't emphasize. They suggest self-evaporative minimal draining. Reality. It mostly evaporates condensate while cooling, but in high humidity or dehumidify mode, you'll eventually need to drain. In my 70% humidity test, it pulled about a liter per hour and needed a hose drain for continuous operation. If you live somewhere muggy, plan for drainage. Noise claims are vague. My meter saw 57-61 dB at 3 feet depending on fan speed, which is normal for portables. You'll hear a compressor thump on start, then a steady whoosh. It's not whisper quiet, but it's better than most single hose units because the compressor isn't fighting negative pressure. Here's where things get mathematically interesting. Dual hose design means the unit doesn't suck conditioned air from your room to cool the condenser. That alone can boost effective cooling by 15–25% versus many single hose competitors. But add a HEPA stage and you claw back some pressure drop. Net-net, it still beats most single hose units in real cooling, especially for larger rooms. But wait, there's more. Power draw averaged 1150 to 1300 watts during active cooling. At 20 cents per kWh, that's roughly 23 to 26 cents per hour. Not outrageous for what it does, but worth budgeting if you plan to run it all afternoon. User experiences line up. People love the cooling, appreciate the air cleaning during wildfire season, but mention 3 recurring gripes. It's heavy and tall, the window kit needs better sealing, and replacement filters add cost. A few units die after a couple of summers. Whynter's typical warranty is 1 year on parts and 3 on the compressor, so register it and keep your receipt. Cooling performance, the dual hose design is the star. It actually feels like a window unit's little cousin. Expect a solid 8–10 degree drop in the first hour in a mid-size room if you manage sunlight. The thermostat is realistic and overshoot is minimal. If you're comparing to a popular single hose 14K, this will win in every heat bleed scenario. Air quality, the HEPA and carbon combo is the unique value here. If smoke season or allergies are your reality, this is the rare portable AC that actually filters meaningfully while cooling. Here's what nobody tells you. Compared to a dedicated purifier, CADR is lower and airflow is optimized for cooling, not purification. Think of it as a good bonus, not a full replacement. Noise and build, measured 5761 dB at 3 feet. The sound profile is mostly consistent whoosh plus compressor hum. At night, low fan is tolerable, but light sleepers may notice cycling. Build is sturdy, hoses are better than no-name brands but still short, expect about 5 feet. The unit is big and heavy, plan its parking spot. Setup and maintenance, window kit works but it's basic. Add foam and weather stripping for a proper seal, otherwise you're losing BTUs out the gaps. Filters are easy to access. Cleaning the washable pre-filter monthly helps airflow. HEPA and carbon reorders are an ongoing cost. Budget $30 to $60 per cycle depending on availability. What the marketing doesn't mention, the HEPA layer slightly reduces airflow on higher fan speeds, and you'll pay a premium for those cleaner lungs. Also, in very humid climates, you'll want a continuous drain hose for dehumidify mode. Verdict, recommended with asterisks. If you want a portable that actually cools like a champ and you care about cleaner air, the ARC-143MX is one of the few that checks both boxes. Pros: real dual hose performance, strong cooldown, meaningful smoke and odor reduction, decent energy use for the output. Cons: big and heavy, not whisper quiet, window kit needs extra sealing, and filter costs add up. Pricing usually lands in the mid to high 600s but swings seasonally, so value depends on the day. Worth it if you need dual hose cooling plus filtration. Skip if you just want the absolute quietest bedroom unit or you hate ongoing filter costs. Stay cool, not fooled. If this review saved you from wasting money or helped you find something actually worth buying, I've put the link to check current pricing and read more reviews in the description. And hey, if you do decide to buy through my link, it helps fund these investigations without costing you extra. Drop your room size and climate in the comments and I'll suggest the right BTU and hose type. Next up, I'm pitting this against the crowd favorite ARC-14S to see which one actually wins in a smoke test. Catch you in the next one. Stay savage out there.